up, got no sleep, eyes closed shut, arms weak, hit the gym, weights won't budge, try eating, I go most days with no lunch, then I try to make a quick dollar but having no luck, dang, pick the phone up, hit my bro up, told him roll through and doom scroll till he shows up, doorbell chime, get inside the Corolla, time to get it poppin', man, hold up, time to flip the switch, make a play, get a hit, check the scoreboard, too sick when the kid spit, catch a cold sore, call Jay, told me that he knew what I called for, said the stage ready, say no more. Road trip, the click 5 deep in the 4-door, fill up the tank quick, pit stop at Walmart, 4 hours south of H-Town, what I'm born for, to show up, show out, to throw up the Longhorns. Front of the line, I don't follow, don't want to. Plain black tee, black kicks, John Bravo. We can talk nice, talk life, talk Bible, but if not, you know hablo. Ladi-dadi, cause no trouble, bother nobody, but probably turn your party into my party, fist up. I'm not leaving until the world saw me and apologize like sorry. I am not sorry. Confident, not cocky. Call shots a lot like I'm John Gotti. Move like a champ because God got me. Don't test the king of the ring, you are not Rocky. No weapon formed is gonna stop me. No chopper, no Glock with no switcher, no shotty. Nobody, not Heckler, not Koch, not Ruger, not Smith, not Wesson, not Sig, not Tommy. No games, the gimmicks ain't for me. Don't come with no tricks or no flips, you ain't hardy. No time to play or explain a lame story. When it's time to get paid, I ain't tardy. Quit playing, the games get old like Atari. Respect, I don't do it for the net, I call it Big Ken. Mess with my kids and my Barbie gets bad, boy, I call Mike Lowry.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This your boy Reckless Talk with the Reckless Talk Podcast, Reckless Talk Sports Podcast, Reckless Talk Management Promotions, A1 Music Empire, 1836 Entertainment, Houston City Beat. We are the storytellers of Houston. What's going on, my boy? We got my boy, co-host and founder of Reckless Talk Sports, Jay Coop, in the house. What's up, brother?
Man, what's going on, big dog? How you been doing, man?
Shit, busy and tired.
Oh yeah, I know it.
Before we get started, man, big shout outs. Excuse me. Big shout outs to all of our sponsors. We have Otto's Root Beer, the greatest root beer on earth, brewed in Huntsville, Texas by Brew Nation. Old school family recipe from the 1950s. Get you some Otto's Root Beer. J-Rec Distribution LLC, wrong picture. LLC, and of course we have the greatest burgers on earth. Smash Wagon. We gotta make a jingle, bro.
Yeah.
Smash Wagon, man. Congratulations to them, man. After 2 years of the hustle and bustle, man, they finally opened up their very first restaurant. If y'all in the Beaumont area, definitely go check them out. They are open on Saturdays, 11 a.m. until sold out. Get them while you can because they were sold out by 3 o'clock last Saturday. And also congratulations to Smash Wagon for winning the Southeast Restaurant Reviews on burgers, best burgers in Southeast Texas. And then of course we have Hoodlum Nature Records. Before we get started, we gotta I got a busy day, so we gotta promote what's going on today. But before we do that, we're gonna start with this right here. This right here is a lot. Means a lot. I gotta find it. Fuck, I didn't download it. I'll upload
pay all the bills.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay all the bills, man.
Exactly. Hello. Have fun, love you. I'll download that in a minute. But I'm gonna start with this, man. If y'all are free today, pull on up, man. We have the Atomic Block Party at the Eskimo Hut in Pearland, Texas for Albie's birthday party. It's going to be super dope. Starts at 3 p.m. and it goes until the night. So we got Reckless Talk Management Promotions artist Jack the Ripper performing. We got A1 Music Empire artist A Real, T Phenomenon, and we also got my guy Bobby Bless performing. And then tonight, everyone pull on up to Club 4112. It is going down. We have the Takeover Blue Money Gang in the house. We got about 15 performances. And we also collabing with my guy Drew too for his birthday party tonight at 4112. Everyone pull on up. I will be hosting these events tonight. It is going down. Appreciate everybody. Yo, it's going down tonight, man. Shit.
Man, it's gonna be a busy day, man.
Man, like a motherfucker, bro. It's crazy. Man, we got a lot to touch on. Another thing, man, big shout outs to my son, man. Everything we talk about on this show every week, my son does all the research for us. And he's been doing a hell of a job. So I don't know where the hell his ass is at right now. He's probably sleeping. But big shout outs to you. All right, I just uploaded this right here. Man, the 2024 SLM Music Awards is back. It's the 8th annual at Scout Bar, December 28th, 2024. That's actually, if y'all see this right here, this is my 2023 for host of the year, best local host of the year. And this is my 2023 honorable mention, second ranked show in the city of Houston. So we're back with it. You know what I mean? Big shouts to Dontino, man. The music industry doesn't show nothing but love since I got started doing what I've been doing. You know what I mean? They even been showing love on here. We have a few artists on here. You know what I mean? So I'm proud to announce that Reckless Talk Management and Promotions is an official sponsor for this year's award show. So once again, I appreciate everybody, man, all the love and support that we've been getting from day one. So this is our way of saying thank you. And go ahead and make sure y'all vote for the Reckless Talk podcast and Jay Reckless for host of the year. Let's get it for back to back, man. Let's do it back to back.
Yeah, man. Go.
It's saying that,
votes.
Man. Fucking tired. It's saying that, man. Let's get this started. Like I said, I don't know where Jax is, but he did pull up some great information. And man, we're gonna do it like this because I think this is, man. Look, we're gonna start with Archie Manning, man.
Archie,
man, how will Archie Manning do in his first college football start? You could take that one,
man. Who they got this today? Is that, I don't think they play. Oh, they play UL Monroe. Man. Louisiana Monroe is a Sun Belt. They're from the Sun Belt Conference. For people that don't know, I'm not expecting Archie to play more than probably the first half of this game, man. This is gonna be a blowout. This is kind of one of the things that we talked about in the beginning, where we have teams that are high powered like Texas playing these lower tier teams, and and what ends up happening is skews the end. So, for instance, if UT goes out and when they start SEC play, they lose 2 or 3 games, people are gonna go back and say, well, they blew out this team and this team and this team by these so many points. And that's kind of what happened with Florida State last year. Yeah, they blew out all these sorry teams, but then even though they went undefeated, their quarterback got hurt. They didn't trust them because you didn't play anybody. So, I mean, like I said, we just talking specifically about Archie. He probably gonna throw for about two something, about four, maybe 3, 4 touchdowns before half, maybe run one in, and then they're gonna pull them out. They're not. I mean, if this was them playing Alabama or Georgia this week, I'll probably be like, yeah, let's see. But I'm not expecting much as far as just him playing, because by the time you hit the second quarter, it's gonna be a wrap.
Man, I agree with everything you said. First thing I want to touch on, last game he played last week. This man got clocked at 23 miles an hour.
Yeah,
That's that's faster than some of the fastest receivers in the league. That's faster than Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's top speed, he been clocked at is 22.4.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I agree with you. I don't think he's gonna play much. You know what I mean? That's a team they're gonna throw big numbers up on. But he looking good. I'm trying to figure out where the speed came from because none of the men has had speed. You know what I mean? So,
He got it from his daddy. That's what it is.
yo,
Cooper
real
was the
shit,
most
true.
athletic.
His daddy is But for those who don't know who Archie's daddy is, man, he is the Lord. I call him the Lost Manning. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? He's the oldest. He is the oldest Manning brother. He was a beast in football in multiple sports. Really, you know what I mean? I want to say what was it? His senior year in high school, he started getting his fingers started getting numb and getting tingles in his fingers, and he was known for never dropping passes, and he started dropping passes and saying, and it really started in basketball when he was in basketball season. You know what I mean? And he still managed to average 12 points a game, and they won a state championship. And then they started doing research on him. Their parents took him to the doctors, whatever. After the basketball season, and that's when they found out what happened. And I forget the disease. It's called whatever, but it's
yeah.
like 1 in 1,000,000.
So, yeah, it's
And then
one of
it only
them
happens with old
bone
people.
diseases. Yeah, it's one of them bone diseases. I forgot what it's called, but I mean, he's healthy. I mean, we haven't heard anything about him being too sick. So he's, when you see him, he's up walking around,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is a
yeah.
good thing. I just think it just took his playing career away from him.
Oh,
But
I
yeah,
definitely agree. I definitely agree because that boy was a beast.
yeah,
That boy
Cooper
was
was
definitely
one
a
of
beast.
them, man. Cooper was one of them. I I got the opportunity to meet him during going into my senior year at the Manning Academy. Man, you talk about hilarious between him and Eli. Dude, them two dudes, man, are freaking. And you can really see who they get it from. They get it from Archie. Their dad is fucking hilarious, and he has more of that New Orleans twang to it too. So
Yeah,
yeah, man, he's fucking hilarious, man. It's it's one of them. We call it white people funny type deal, where like Seinfeld and stuff like that, or like The Office. Like it's
yeah. I
real.
fuck with the
Like
office. Oh
I
yeah,
don't know. I don't know how to describe it, bro. But it's just funny, bro. The way that they talk is just funny. But yeah,
yeah, yeah. Check this out. Nebraska had their 400 consecutive sold out home game. That's just something we're gonna touch on real quick. I'm not surprised. Yeah, I mean the Cornhuskers always, I mean, since we was kids, bro. Yeah, I mean they bring in that crowd. I'm not surprised at all. That's one thing about them Cornhusker fans, man. Win or lose, they ride it. They ride it all day, every day. Win or lose, man. Cause it's been a while since Nebraska missed son. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
It's
Yo,
it's
Cody
been
said, "Nah, you right. It's white people funny." Yo, big shout out to Cody. What's going on, my guy?
yeah. Nebraska. They don't. It's nothing out there for them to do, man. I mean, uh, it's too far from. I mean, it's not that far from Colorado, but that's a big rivalry. So I don't know if Cornhusker fans Broncos fans or Kansas City Chiefs fans. I mean, I wouldn't know. I never met any of them, but you kind of assume maybe they have and have. But even still, man, that's a long drive. Maybe I think probably my 5 or 6 hours to get to Colorado, and maybe going east is probably about the same. So yeah, it's
Yo,
nothing out there for them to do, and college football is everything to them. And the crazy thing is that's not even the largest crowd that they had. They've had bigger crowds for the volleyball team. The
yo,
volleyball team is nationally known. That's really where they make their bread at up there. They volleyball team is deep A1, like how Alabama and Georgia is in football. That's Nebraska in volleyball. So yeah,
okay.
it's not. it's not surprising that they had that many sellouts.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Man, today Texas plays the first game as number one for the first time since 2008. Um, and I honestly believe it's gonna stay like that because we already talked about the competition they're playing today, so it's nothing major.
Yeah,
So unless something really fucked up happens, yeah, I don't see that changing. Um, yeah,
that
I
would
think
be the
Archie, man, I don't know, man. I think he got something, man. And don't get me
that would
wrong,
be the
we're gonna see him having fun, and like I said, we both agreed on it's gonna be a blowout. Last week's competition wasn't that major, you know what I mean? So I'm excited to see Archie against a Power 500. You know what I mean?
yeah. If ULM was to win this game, this would be the biggest upset till what the Appalachian State, Michigan. It probably even be bigger than that. So
It definitely will. The reason why I say is and that Michigan Appalachian State that was probably like the number one right now.
right,
Like, you know what I mean? But I believe this would be number one only because Archie is the number one quarterback coming out of his class. You know what I
right,
mean? And I don't even think just number one. I'm pretty sure he was the number one player overall in the country. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So you lose again, man. Ooh shit. But
yeah.
they're gonna
You they not gonna lose this game, but if you lose this game, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people questioning what UT is about, and we don't see this happening, but sometimes you just got to talk about it because anything can happen uh, in college
exactly.
football.
Cody said I
We just
want to
saw
see.
NIU.
My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
We just saw NIU beat Notre Dame, and I bet you it wasn't too many people betting on that to happen. So
Yo, real shit. Man, for real. Cody said I want to see Arch play a good school though. Yo, facts, me too, man. And
yeah,
yes,
we
he's super
agree.
fast. I actually touched on that in the beginning of the show. He was clocked at 23 miles an hour. That's faster than Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill's top speed been clocked at 22.4.
Man, I wish I would have took a screenshot of that meme. They put Tyreek face on Archie Manning's body. That was hilarious on Twitter. Twitter is undefeated, man.
No, facts.
Twitter is
That's funny as hell.
undefeated. I
But
should have
so my
screenshotted that.
question to you, Jimmie, how long do you think Texas holds the number one spot, or do they lose it at all?
Uh, yeah, they will lose it just based off of the way that a lot of these people analyze this type of thing is let's just say what we think happens, right? And they go up and score 35 or 50 points in the first half. And
Uh-huh.
then in the second half, it looks like a totally different team because the third, fourth string players are in, right? And let's
Yeah.
just say ULM scores 10 points and it's a 52 to 10. Well, what the not the analysts, but the people that do the rankings, if they see this and then they see Tennessee and Oklahoma and they see Tennessee blow Oklahoma out the water, they're gonna move Tennessee up and they would drop Texas down. You get what I'm
All
saying?
right. Big facts. Big
Even
facts.
though even though they won, it's just because of who they played and how they played versus who Tennessee played and how they played and
Exactly.
how they won. So I mean, could they could probably keep it for this week, because like I say, I believe they will blow them out. But past this week, I'm not too sure because they have a hard schedule, man. They play Georgia. I think they don't play LSU this year. Um, I believe they play a couple of other. I think for sure they play Oklahoma. So that's a big time rivalry. That's the Red River Shootout. That's always going to be a tough game for both teams. So
Yep.
I don't know if they hold it throughout like the Vince Young, Colt McCoy era. I don't think they hold it all the way to the end.
No, I don't think they will. It's you know what? So being ranked based on performance. So for people to understand, that's basically what Jimmie was saying in college football. they rank you based on your performance. So if you're a really good team, hence Texas, the number one team in the country right now, if you lose against an unranked team or a team you're supposed to blow out, hence the team they're playing today, you lose to them. Well, not even lose to them. They could put up 20 points on you. And like Jimmie said, Tennessee win, they're gonna move up and Texas can move down 4 or 5 spots. You know what I mean? Just because a team that shouldn't have put up 20 points put up 20 points.
20
But in
points.
saying that though, yes, that still matters. But with a 12-team playoff now, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter as much. You know what I
Right.
mean?
The number
Definitely.
one seed really doesn't matter as much, especially if I'm coaching the team. I'm not worried about the one if I'm gonna be the number one seed or not because what I'm not for sure, but from what I understand is they're not gonna rearrange the rankings. So once the 12 teams is set, you're gonna be where you're going. They're not gonna say, okay, well, because the number 12 team won, now all of a sudden we're gonna change you and move you to this part of the bracket. They're not gonna rearrange the bracket. So, I'm pretty sure more than likely you're the number one seed. You're probably gonna play the Sugar
Facts.
Bowl. If you're Texas, they're gonna put you closer to your home. But that doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
It's gonna be around the Christmas break time anyway, so they'll be able to practice and move around freely.
I agree, man. We're gonna touch on something that you wanted to touch on, man. And we talked about this last night, man. We're gonna jump over to the NFL real quick. Lil Wayne being snubbed from this year's Super Bowl that's in New Orleans. Let me hear your take on this.
Man, how much time do I got today?
Let's
Oh
hear it.
man. All right, so first I'm gonna throw the rumors of what I heard out there, right? I don't know if you heard them or not. So the rumor from the beginning was Lil Wayne didn't get picked for I don't know I don't know. That's Tutu. Sorry about that. So the Lil Wayne was advocating to get this position from the beginning of the Super Bowl selection process. So for the people that don't know, they select a couple of cities throughout the 4 or 5 years down the road. Once New Orleans got that selection, Lil Wayne, who is supposed to be close to Roger Goodell, asked to get that spot. For people that don't know, the performers since I want to say maybe like 10 or 15 years ago, they stopped paying the performers. So you started having to come out of your pocket to perform at the Super Bowl.
On the biggest stage
on the
on the
biggest
planet.
stage. So you have to pay for all those people that's on the field dancing, your makeup, your choreography, your fireworks. If you want what was that? The Katy Perry that came out on the big elephant looking thing a few years ago. Like all that stuff that you want to do, you have to pay for it out of your pocket. So hence is why you get a lot of people started to decline this situation. Well, going back to the Kaepernick days, Jay-Z um not inserted himself, but Roger Goodell inserted
Rock
Jay-Z to
Nation.
be and Rock Nation to be the, I guess you say, pillar for the halftime show. But nobody really understood what that meant. And so we had this, expectation or this thought process that Jay-Z was just the one picking these acts, right? Well, fast forward to just about a week ago when this information came out, a week or so ago. We've been having mixed things, and depending on what you hear or what you want to listen to, which may or may not be facts, we don't know. But one of the guys came out on Pivot and has said that it is 100% official that it is Jay-Z, the one that is selecting this process. But what ended up happening was a few after that issue came out, when they announced Kendrick Lamar, not the NFL, but somebody within the NFL came out and said, no, Jay-Z is not the person that picks these acts out. What happens is that a collective group of people, including Jay-Z and Roger Goodell, pick a group of people, artists, and they come together and then they ask the whole city, who do they want out of these people? Now, the rumor has been that they wanted Drake, and Drake was going to be the one to bring out Lil Wayne, but Drake declined to do it, which is, I understand, because why would I pay you to perform when I get paid? Mind you, they're not getting no gate money, they're not getting no ticket money, no viewer money, they're not getting any money. When Drake can go out there and perform a 15-minute show and probably make $500 million, right? So I get it. I'm not going to waste my time. I don't necessarily need the stage. Okay. But when you have Lil Wayne sitting there and it's in New Orleans, it only seemed right, because this is kind of like the Michael Jackson like deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the Beyonce like deal. You have a GOAT in his city that could perform, and you choose Kendrick. And I get it. It's the hot thing that's going on right now. Kendrick, I like his music, but it's not something that I listen to on 100 everyday basis. Like, I'm not just putting his album on and just rocking out to it. I like Kendrick. But the thing is, and it's gonna seem real biased because I am a Lil Wayne fan, been a Lil Wayne fan since he was with the Hot Boys and before then. The fact is, it feels like a slap in the face to Louisiana culture, because you chose Kendrick Lamar, and the fact that Lil Wayne could do more with his catalog than Kendrick can, it really didn't make sense. Especially when you talk about the people that he could reach. So for instance, before I'm gonna end it here, I'm gonna land the plane right here. Lil Wayne could bring out Rihanna, Beyonce, Elton John, Bruno Mars, Blink 182, Kid Rock, Limp Bizkit, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Rick Ross, Drake, Nicki, the Hot Boys, Juvenile, BG, Birdman, and even if he wanted to bring it out, anybody else that he wanted to, Jay-Z, at any point in time. Kendrick Lamar does not have that catalog. So now with Kendrick, it becomes a hip-hop deal and not a world deal. You get what I'm saying? So to appease to the other side of the spectrum, right? In layman's terms, to appease to that side of the spectrum, Kendrick really can't dig into that, because he can't bring out an Elton John. He can't bring out a Bruno Mars. He can't bring out a Limp Bizkit. So that's the thing. That was the one thing that I didn't like. And then you start to hear the fact that, oh, Kendrick is going to bring so many more viewers in. That's not, bro. The Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. It's going to have tens of millions of viewers. Kendrick does not reach those type of people like that. He might bring in the extra 100,000.
You are crazy. Bro, you are crazy,
bro. Listen. Listen to me. This is the same thing I told somebody else. If a billionaire walks into the Dollar Tree and he goes in there, is he gonna complain about something being $1.25? No,
definitely not.
That's the same thing with this. Kendrick going in there, we're still getting about 20 million views. His little 100,000 views is not gonna change anything. But if you put Lil Wayne in that spot and you get an Elton John, you get people like that, that's going to up the viewership way higher than what Kendrick would.
All right, check it out. So before I even tear you apart right now, I'm about to get on my Stephen A. real quick. You know what I mean? Man. Number one, everyone that's going to be watching in the future. This is the first time I'm hearing his side on this. We talked about it last night. I told him, don't tell me what side of the fence you want. I want to hear it live because I'm definitely on the totally opposite side. So let me break this down real quick. Number one, how many people from New Orleans is going to be at that Super Bowl?
It doesn't matter.
Answer my question. How many people are going to be from New Orleans?
It's gonna be people from New Orleans there, but that was my point about it doesn't matter because Lil Wayne is not just a New Orleans person. If we was talking about Master P doing this, then I could understand that argument.
My thing is, check it out.
Being real.
Check it out. So I got a few takes on it. Lil Wayne, don't get me wrong, amazing. I'm a big fan, a big fan. Amazing artist, one of the top artists ever, right? But we can't. This is the thing. Everyone was like, "Oh, we need to have hip hop in the Super Bowl. We need hip hop," and they started doing that, right? But it's like now it's like, "Oh, we need to have." It started last year with the Game, crying that he didn't get to perform at the Super Bowl in Cali, right? Yo, if we cater to this bullshit, that means every year, wherever the Super Bowl's at, an artist is gonna want to perform. We can't cater to that. We can't. Oh, because you're from this city, you're gonna perform. We can't cater to that, man. Don't get me wrong, Wayne. Wait, hold on. Wayne, I had to wait 4 minutes to hear what you guys just hear me. Don't get me wrong. I think Wayne would be amazing. Wayne would be amazing. But who's hotter right now? You got to look at that. Who's more relevant right now, Wayne or Kendrick? You can't say Wayne, and that's not taking nothing away from Wayne. But Kendrick is more relevant at the moment. Kendrick can reach them numbers. The numbers you were saying, Kendrick is known worldwide. Wayne is known worldwide. I would put them on the same spectrum, but Kendrick has a more of a reach because he's hotter and he's relevant. You know what I mean? When's the last time Wayne put out some music? He still, don't get me wrong, he's still touring.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that part of it. That's the part that on that side of the argument I agree on. I don't have that. There's no argument there. There's no argument.
And that goes back to my very first comment. How many people from New Orleans would be there? And I started with that because hold on. I started with that because no matter what city the Super Bowl's in, it's bringing in people from all over the world. Right. And with Kendrick having that reach and that's relevant, Wayne's not relevant right now. So with Kendrick having that reach and one of the hottest artists out here, why wouldn't you put Kendrick on that stage?
Okay, so my question to you is, how relevant was Dr. Dre when he performed in LA? How relevant was Rihanna when she performed? I mean, I
wish I had a sword. Touche.
How relevant was Michael Jackson when he performed? What was that? 1999.
Man, that's the king of pop. Stop it.
So
that's the king of pop.
Who's the king of rap? It's the two people that's making the decision between Jay right now. We're not talking Biggie and
all right, right now, Kendrick will be
Wayne, Jay, Drake, and Kendrick, right? Those four. Okay, Jay-Z.
But Kendrick has more reach right now. He's more relevant.
Right. Okay, right now. But who out of those two characters, right? Out of those two hip hop artists, who can reach a genre of music that is greater than Lil Wayne?
Kendrick.
Out of Jay-Z and
Kendrick. Because he's more relevant. And that's the only reason. That is the only reason. That's the only reason. Because he's more relevant right now.
Right. But because he's relevant, what songs are we going to get from Kendrick Lamar that is going to how did I put it? How does Kendrick reach that side where you have like what's the dude name? The UT fan. What's his name? That always at the UT games, the country dude. What song does Kendrick appease to those type of people?
I don't know.
What song does Kendrick have that can appease to that side of the culture? So this is my thing. I'm gonna say this. This is what makes me nervous about this with Kendrick being there, and I'm glad he's there for the culture, for the hip hop, for the black community. I am extremely proud and happy to have somebody like Kendrick because Kendrick represents the LeBron James of the stereotype, right? You don't hear him being in trouble. You don't hear him being on drugs. You don't hear him beating on his wife. You don't hear that type of shit, right? You don't hear this P. Diddy stuff that's going on with Kendrick, right? So I'm happy about that. But the point that I'm saying is that when Lil Wayne comes out there to perform, he's gonna have the little white girl that's coming there with the Amazon Prime people because her daddy is the vice president of Amazon Prime, and Lil Wayne hops out of there talking about Amelia, 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 Amelia. You're gonna see a video of her singing that song.
Don't get me wrong.
The
If
only
Lil
the
Wayne was
only
to
song that she,
perform, it would be amazing. It would be. I think it would be a dope. It would be dope, right?
it
But another
would.
thing I didn't touch on. If you've seen any of Lil Wayne's recent performances, because he's actually on tour right now, Lil Wayne's not in shape to perform at the Super Bowl. People,
So
hold on. People don't realize when you performing at concerts, even at these big stadiums that hold hundreds of thousands of people, that stadium, I mean that stage is only so big where you going back and forth. And what I'm about to say, I'm sure you could agree with. On the Super Bowl, you literally going 50 yards back and forth. You know what I mean? Wayne don't have that. He's not in shape for that. And I'm just going off. That's my opinion, going off of what I see on his tour right now.
so now this is the part where I agree with you, and this is the part where we probably agree to why I believe that they did. Now I'm not talking about my point of view is Lil Wayne should have been there. But if I really think about it on why they didn't do it, is because of that factor, what you just said right there. Because if you go back and look at some of the things that has happened recently from YouTube, you can find on Snapchat, TikTok, you can go search up Lil Wayne, and you can see him in the middle of a song that he raps millions of times over, like shoot, what's the song they had with Drake and them? The whatever. I can't think of the song right now. There's so many of them. But anyways, he sings it, raps the song every time he's on tour, right? The song he has with Drake and Nicki. And he literally in the middle of the bar is like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, we have this thing to where we don't know how true it is. Again, it's rumors. You had this lady come out and say, well, Lil Wayne was supposed to perform at the Grammys. For 2 weeks, she reached out to him, the publicist, his assistant, nothing ever came back. I don't know if this is true or not. I'm just speaking from what I've seen on Twitter, what the lady supposedly said, right? She went out there, she said, hey, I reached out to him for 2 weeks. He never got a reply. 5 minutes before he was supposed to come on stage, he runs out. Nobody with nobody knowing anything, he runs out there and just starts rapping. We don't know what song he's playing. His band is out there playing. We didn't even know how they got on stage. Again, that is a form of thing. You cannot do that on a Super Bowl stage. You have to be open and communicative to so people can know what's going on. And I've been hearing that he's hard to work with. But at the same time, when you're somebody on his level, of course you're gonna have a little trouble to work with him. I mean, that's just how that goes with that situation. But at the same time, does he have to be an asshole? No. But when it comes to the Super Bowl stage, you have to communicate with these people because we don't want another Rihanna situation where the stage messes up the field. You get what I'm saying? Because we're yes, we love the halftime show, but the game is the important part. And
Yeah, facts.
if we're gonna start messing up the field and putting these stages and doing all this stuff, that's gonna kill the actual gameplay and what everybody is actually there for. We're not there for the 35 minutes of seeing Kendrick and Lil Wayne. I mean, some people are, but not most.
Yeah, I'm glad you touched on that too. 'Cause I totally forgot about that because after that performance, and they took all that stuff off the field. That field was messed up. But let's go ahead and move on. What's going on, Jax?
What's going on?
You slept in, huh?
Yeah. Even though I have my like 50 alarm set, I don't know why.
Man, we got Jackson in the house. All right, next subject we about to touch on. Let's see where we at.
Before we move on to Lil Wayne thing, real quick. I want to say, man, a lot of people are trying to bash Nicki for what she said. Y'all have to remember, Nicki owes her life to Lil Wayne, literally and figuratively. Lil Wayne pulled her out some real bad situations. So for the people that's attacking that lady like that, man, that's crazy, and we shouldn't really be standing for that as a culture.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to attack her. I don't care and I don't respect anything Nicki gotta say, man. She supports a pedophile. Her husband's a pedophile, and she supports that shit. So I don't respect anything she said.
I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm just talking about her and Lil Wayne, bro. I don't care about none of that other shit. what she do in her free time and what she do.
Oh shit. Yo, I'm weak. Oh man, where we at? Let me get this off real quick. All right. Will A&M stay in the rankings? Jax, that's your team. Start with it. Will A&M stay in the rankings?
Well, they just got back in this past Sunday after that big win against Florida. Tonight they have a pretty simple matchup against Bowling Green. So if they can just keep on winning against some of these bigger teams, I think they can stay in. But it's gonna be tough because they still play teams like they still play Missouri, and that's gonna be really big. They play Missouri, LSU. Those are like two of the biggest ones they have to play still. If they can try to win against those teams, I think they can stay in.
I agree. I definitely agree. Like me and Jimmie touched on in the beginning of the show because we was talking about Texas being the number one, and if they will hold that spot. You know, with it being a 12-team playoffs, they definitely hold that ranking. You know what I mean? But I think they will. I think they will. But also earlier, big shout outs to you, Jax, man. I was telling everybody, man, all the topics we touch on is from your research. So big shout outs to you on the amazing work you're doing with that.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What you think, Coop?
Yeah. I mean, for how long would they stay in the rankings? I don't know, but for this week, they'll be there. They'll beat Bowling Green. I mean, Texas A&M, they're playing at home. I don't see them losing at Kyle Field against a Bowling Green team.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like I said, I think they'll remain in the top 25 by the end of the season. Definitely will. Okay. Is Marcel Red the answer for A&M? Jackson, what do you think?
Man, after last Saturday's game, he looked pretty good. And what's it called? And the Connor Wigman injury, they keep on saying that they were saying earlier this week, every the quarterback situation is gonna be like a game time decision. So if he can if they put him in again, play like this again, I think he really could be the answer. But also that was against Florida. Florida's been struggling. But if he can do that against bigger teams, I think he really could be the answer for the quarterback problem at A&M. Like, I love Connor Wigman and all, but I think Reed might likely be the answer for them.
What you think, Coop?
Well, I'm gonna put my coach's hat on this one. I don't like this. I'm not a fan. I've always been a fan of if I have two QBs, I have none. Um, you're taking first team reps if you're uh, going game by game with both quarterbacks. You're taking first team reps from somebody, and that's not a good thing to be going into, especially when you playing a SEC opponent. This week they have Bowling Green, like we said previously, so it probably won't matter as much. But that communication and that nonverbal communication that is on the field is needed, and a lot of people take for granted when we talk about snap counts, the way a quarterback calls his cadence. That stuff matters because that's when you start getting offside penalties, you start getting bad snaps. Wigman might call it one way, Reed might call it one way, and you start getting people jittery. You might, start seeing the snap count going down, and because Whitman is a quick counter and Reed is not, now you're getting the fast snaps. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of that. I've never been a fan of it. I don't like switching quarterbacks out. You know, your quarterback should always be in the game to be a leader, unless it's a blowout and you're taking your main guy out. But I don't think this is a good look going forward if they continue that route.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is coming from a former quarterback himself, my old quarterback. Oh man, I agree. I definitely agree. Man, game of the weeks. Actually, we got a few more topics before that.
That's the Colorado Baylor game.
Mm-hmm. Can Colorado get the job done against Baylor?
Ooh. And so I don't know if y'all got the weather update. I've been hearing that it's supposed to rain, it's not supposed to rain. Uh, Coach Prime said earlier that of course they're gonna prepare for whatever, they do everything. They have 100 years of coaching, NFL expertise, so they do everything. But then you had somebody ask, are they gonna worry about the wet ball drill? And he asked them, well, I seen 20% chance of rain, so that don't mean it's raining. I don't know. I've never lived in Colorado. I don't know how the weather works up there, but I just felt like, man, Colorado, they've shut down the outside noise or internal noise getting outside. But sometimes I still don't like some of the things that they are saying in the public. And I can't question Coach Prime because he's a Hall of Famer. But at the same time, this was just something that he could have just moved on, because if at any point, uh, if it does rain and they start fumbling and throwing interceptions, they're gonna bring this up, and it's gonna be unnecessary attention. Man, do I think Colorado wins? I think they win. But the crazy part about this is why I'm so hesitant to really say they win is because Baylor has shocked me defensively. Baylor defensively is probably better than Nebraska, if we're being honest. And the way that they bring pressure, I don't think Shador has seen that yet. And this is going to be a difficult game for them because Baylor actually has the horses to somewhat match up outside with them. On the opposite side of the ball, Baylor offense is not that good. So can Colorado defense still play as dominant as they played against Colorado State? That's going to be the question. That's going to be what answers this game, because Baylor hasn't been the high power team that we know Baylor to be for the past couple of years. But yeah, man, this I don't know. This is a toss up game. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on this one.
Yeah, this is definitely a tough one. Let me. What you got? What you think about it, Jax?
Basically what Jimmie said. I think Baylor's a team that a lot of people sleep on. I don't think you should sleep on them because sometimes they come out of nowhere and actually play good. It's a team like I like to watch sometimes because you never know what they're gonna do. Because sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're not. This is a team that just surprises a lot of people, and this is gonna be a tough one. And also, I heard that both teams are wearing white jerseys, so that's gonna be like all white. So that's gonna be kind of
Really?
tough to see. Yeah, it's weird.
This
All
can't
white.
be true.
I saw a post. It's from an official sports account too. Both teams are
Uh,
wearing all white. That's gonna be interesting. And I'm like, this is gonna be like both quarterbacks are at least throwing 5 interceptions. I already know it. But I
Um,
they can't do that on prime time, man. Because that was a big thing with the NFL with when they read the color rush. People that was colorblind was saying that
yeah.
they you can't watch the game because oh
yeah, I don't know. So who you got winning that game, Jax?
I think Colorado gets the job done.
Colorado gets the job done. All right, like I agree with both of y'all. Man, I don't know that. So we got both teams starting two. They're both 2-1. Um, I want to say with Colorado having a high-powered offense, you know what I mean, but I'm not going to take it that far. They have a good offense, you know what I mean. Terrible defense. So in saying that, I think Baylor's offense is a little better than Colorado State. You know what I mean? So that's what they played last week, right? Colorado State.
yeah, Colorado State.
Um, I think well, it's like all games, Colorado's gonna have to put up a lot of points, man. They're gonna have to put up a lot of points. But that's every game they play though. You know what I mean? Because the defense is not there yet. Oh man, I don't know who I want to pick on this. It's like I want to say, I want to root for Colorado. You know what I mean? But I think Baylor's gonna edge this one out. Like this is I think this game is so close. This is gonna be 7 points or less. This is gonna be a one touchdown game or less.
Yeah, I would like I said, like I said back when we first our first episode, I felt that the Big 12 was a light, and this was one of the teams that I thought was gonna be super light in Baylor, but they came like I said, the offensive wise, they haven't been that good. So if Colorado can jump out and score,
Jump out
then they
early.
have an opportunity. Yeah, they have an opportunity if they do what Nebraska did to them at home. Get the crowd going and jump out early and just force Baylor to have to throw the ball the whole game, like Colorado had to do against Nebraska. They have a chance. But
Yeah.
if it comes down to being a defensive game, I pick Baylor because Baylor has the horses to do it.
And then hold on. Then you said it's supposed to be raining too, right?
Right. That's what I heard. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't have the weather, map on me to see if it's
Yeah.
actually raining. But Coach Prime said that when he looked at it, when he did the interview, he said, "Oh, there was 20% chance of rain." So, who knows?
Bless you, Jax. Yeah, that's a tough
Yeah.
one, man. It's
But
gonna be a game. What time does it start? I'm looking it up now.
se-
Like 6 o'clock, I think.
seven, yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
six,
six
seven
or
o'clock.
seven.
Okay, seven o'clock Central Time. Central Time, 7 o'clock, 8 Eastern Time. Okay, there we go. Cool. And then we have our picks of the week.
Yeah, I got a few games for y'all.
Man, we got number 6 Tennessee at number 15 Oklahoma, and that is today, not tomorrow. Jackson did this research yesterday. So number 6 Tennessee 3-0 against number 15 Oklahoma 3-0. Who do you guys have?
Man, who wants to go first?
I'll go. I'll go ahead and go.
Mm.
I'm going Tennessee. I believe in the Oos. I think
Tennessee.
Us gonna get it. Yeah, I think Us gonna get it done, man. I can't say the quarterback's name. Ugo, I ain't even gonna
Yeah.
try to do it. I ain't even gonna try to do it. But yeah, man, that boy is bad, man. I followed him since he was a junior in high school. He's the truth, man. He's the truth. I'm hoping that he stays on this trajectory. Uh, so let's see what he can do going into the NFL. He has the size, he has the arm strength. Man, this is gonna be a great game to watch if you like quarterback play. They have two. This is gonna be two pretty good quarterbacks to be looking forward to. Coming into the draft in the next 2 years. Uh, but man, this kid from Tennessee, when I say he can sling that, I've I've never seen somebody throw from the numbers to the other side to the opposite sideline on a rope. That is 53 yards with no drop back, no step, no giddy up, no nothing. He just catch it and throw it, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. That kid has an arm.
I definitely agree. Cody, I'm just seeing your comments. I don't know why it's not popping up on my system right now, but I just seen your comments through Facebook. Colorado is favored by 1.5. Cody said.
Yeah. That's the home. I think every home team gets 3. So 1.5 basically tells you, it's a toss-up game.
Yeah, and then damn, I'm glad. I don't know why these comments ain't popping up. I'm looking at them on Facebook right now. I'm trying to figure out what he talking about. He said his performance at WrestleMania was not it, bro. Oh, he's talking about on Wayne.
The Lil Wayne
Yeah,
performance.
yeah. Damn, my bad, Cody. I'm just seeing your comments.
All right. I
Um,
wouldn't take that for anything because he was just doing an entrance. It wasn't like an actual performance. And from what I understand, that Triple H, they did like some kind of backstage Super Bowl thing, and that it was a mix up in music. He wasn't supposed to come out to Millie. That's what kind of threw everything off. So I wouldn't take that for nothing.
yeah. All right. So who you said you was taking? Oklahoma and Tennessee?
Tennessee. I got Tennessee. I say
Tennessee.
Tennessee in a close one.
And I agree. I definitely agree. I'm gonna take Tennessee also. Then we have NC State 2-1 versus number 21 Clemson 1-1.
Go ahead, Jack.
I think this is another like rivalry game, kind of. So I think Clemson's probably going to blow this game out, but I still put it on it because it's a rivalry game.
It's saying that, man, this game is not going to be close.
Mm.
I don't see this game close at all. I say Clemson by like 25-30. Honestly, I don't see this being a close game.
I'm actually gonna go with North Carolina State, man. I'm actually gonna
Ooh,
go with North Carolina State. I think Dabo is kind of losing his sauce with the team. I know this is gonna be a home game for Clemson, but um, I want to say I'm gonna say North Carolina State gets this victory, and we start hearing those rumblings of Dabo getting out of there.
yeah. All right, man. You know what? This is actually I like this, man. Got some good top 25 teams. Some good battles out there today. I like that. So we got number 11 USC 2-0 versus number 18 Michigan 2-1. I'm just gonna say this right now, man. Michigan, y'all done, man. Y'all done. Yeah, Michigan, y'all done. In saying that, they will win this week. I just think that runs over. But Michigan, I'll take Michigan.
Not so fast, my friend. I'm going with USC. I'm going with USC. I'm going with the Trojans on this one, man. I think that the defense and the front seven for USC defensively is gonna be too much for Michigan. Michigan is in a quarterback turmoil right now. They don't know if they're gonna start a walk-on freshman, I believe, at quarterback. Yeah, so I mean, it's in the big house. Michigan is gonna have the fans going crazy. You know, this is the first time that these two teams matched up. I want to say since the like OJ Simpson days. So this is gonna be a big matchup for the TV part of it because you know these are two college blue blood teams. But yeah, I'm going USC.
USC. Yes. And just to clarify, me picking Michigan, that's me being a fan of Michigan, not my professional sports analyst. Because I really want
Yeah,
Michigan
Jack.
to win. I don't see it happening, but I really want them to win. What do you say, Jax?
Man, this is gonna be an interesting game. It really is. I don't know. Like I was thinking about like how is this game gonna go? It could be close. It could be a blowout. But I think I don't even know. I think USC takes this one.
USC takes this one. You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. And last but definitely not least, we have number 12 Utah 3-0 versus number 14 Oklahoma State 3-0. This is gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
We have Oklahoma at home too.
Yep.
Oklahoma State at home, man. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Utah on the road. Utah on the road.
I would have said Utah if Cam Rising was playing, but I don't know if they're gonna play. I don't know if he's gonna play. If he plays, then I'm Utah. If he doesn't, I think Oklahoma State has something to prove. And they have to get Ali Gordon going. He was my number one running back coming out last year. I thought he should have went into the draft, but he decided to come back for another year. And I hope he didn't hurt his draft stock doing that. But because right now I don't think he's rushed for over 60 yards in either of the three games. So they're gonna have to get him going. So look out for Ali Gordon being a big contributor today against Utah.
Yeah. Man, we definitely got an exciting week of football, man, for real. Very, very exciting weekend, shall I say. That's it. We done. We out of here. Shit. Oh man, we
Oh
appreciate
man.
everybody, man. And y'all anything y'all want to add before we go ahead and end this?
I wanted to touch on that Mel Kiper stuff, man.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Jax, I don't know if you heard what Mel Kiper said. Did you hear what Mel Kiper said about the safety rules?
Nah.
Nah, okay. Well, so Mel Kiper this week came out and said that he feels that it should be illegal for safeties to play
So far back.
two high safeties, and that they shouldn't be 10 yards back. That a referee should stand behind them and push them up a couple of yards. So insinuating that they should be 7 to 8 yards instead of 10. It's been a crucial topic across everywhere. Coach JB pretty much broke his chalkboard, his projector screen going crazy. You had RG3 pretty much lose his mind, Cam Newton. You have everybody, they're going all that Mel. And man, it's getting silly. And so the reason why I bring this up, because my point is that when we have ESPN, and I talk about this a lot, when we have content creators and stuff like that, people talking about the game of football, and if you never really was in the field and you never actually played and you never had to go to practice and do all the things that we had to do, Jackson's his first year in high school, so he's learning these things as he go, and he's not even going through the stuff that me and Jay went through with the 3 days and 90-degree heat with
Yo, real
all
shit.
black uniforms on. black helmet, black jersey, black pants, black shoes. That was what we had to do, and everything's being dumbed down now, right? And so we're getting bad quarterback play because they're not practicing. You can't hit quarterbacks. We talked about this last week with Tua. You know, he felt protected, so he dove and he got hit. These guys are not playing football the way we play football. When me and Jay, when we saw these NFL players, they played in the preseason. Troy Aikman, Dan Marino, these guys played in the preseason.
You didn't have a choice back then.
You didn't have a choice to play or not. It was you're going to play a quarter. The next game you'll play until halftime, and then the third game you'll play until maybe the third quarter. If you did well and we felt like, okay, we've seen enough, the halftime, and then the fourth game you didn't play. But we're not seeing that at all now. And this leads up to the point a lot of people are making with ESPN, with the Stephen A's, with the other guy that he messes with. I can't think of it, Vince Russo's, and all those people that come on ESPN that never actually played the game. They have this way of talking about the game, and it's making people, the mass, think like, oh, okay, yeah, that must be true. Guys, if we've already taken hand checking out of the game. We've already taken tackling away from the game. We did things to remove.
We take away the kickoff.
The kickoff. Yeah. We're removing the head from the game, right? And so, like Matt said last week, our big issue was neck injuries and spinal injuries. Now it's concussions, right? And we understand that. We get that the safe part of the game is something that we want to remove. But at the same time, we don't want to see 100-point, 75-point games in the NFL. Don't stop putting out stuff that you want to see because that's what you want to see. Let's start going back to talking about what this game actually is. And if you are not able to break down the game like that, then just stop. Like people been saying, ESPN, these guys have been on this platform for so long and have never held accountable for their tapes, right? You come on TV and you say Ryan Leaf is better than Peyton Manning, you still have a
real shit.
You know.
Hold on, let me chime in on this. Let me chime in on this real quick because we on the same page with this bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with this, Mel. Somebody tag Mel type in this. Man, check this out. Tell me you haven't played a down of football without telling me you haven't played a down of football. Don't get me wrong. We all know this is a violent sport. This is a violent sport. Second most violent sport. I'll say probably second most violent sport. You know what I mean? Behind boxing. You know what I mean?
Boxing,
and then hockey and rugby is a close third and fourth. In saying that, do we want to put things into precaution and into play to make it safer for our players? Yes, 100%. But at the end of the day, this is a violent sport. Regardless how safe you try to make it, we all know from little kids, from Pee-wee, little leagues, this is a violent sport. For someone that never played a down in this sport, and if he did play on a team, I'm sure he was on the bench his whole career. Why are you speaking on something? Don't get me wrong. Yes, it's your job. But how having two safeties so far back ruining the game? That makes no sense at all. Yeah. Like I sat there and watched that take, and I'm like, what? You know what I mean? It's bad enough they put all these rules into place where, yeah, we love to see, we want to see scoring. We want to see scoring. We love it. But y'all putting so much rules into place where it's strictly offensive. It's an offensive league now. You can't even look at the quarterback without getting a flag thrown. You know what I mean? And then going back to what you said, when we was younger back in our days, and Cody watching too, I'm sure Cody, you could agree with this, man, because Cody got kids, his kids play sports, you know what I mean? Back in our days, we lighten that motherfucking quarterback up in practice. You know what I mean? You can't even touch the quarterback no more, like you said. You know what I mean? Coaching little league, all the way up to the high school level, it's crazy how they cater to these kids. You know what I mean? And it's like it's preparing them for today's football, because in the NFL they're catering to in the NFL now, It's not like back in the day, our era and before, where it's smash mouth football. Smash mouth football does not exist no more, and it's because of the people that make comments like Mel Copper. It's because of the let's cater the cater generation. You know what I mean? So no, not having two safeties out there is not killing the fucking game. You know what? Yeah, let's bring them close. I agree with that. Let's bring them closer so we can light these motherfuckers up. But it's not killing the game.
It's not destroying the game, man. And it's crazy to even sit there and believe. And then the example he uses, oh, I want to see Starworth running the post down the field, and I want to see 60-yard plays to Lynn Swan. Like, dude, do you not understand? Lynn Swan and Starworth were amazing players. Don't get me wrong. They were a little bit before my time to actually watch them, but I do study the game. I know that these dudes are amazing players.
Mm-hmm.
But they are not Tyreek Hill. They're not Justin Jefferson. The thing that what kills me when these people talk like that is the fact that you have to understand we are getting bigger, stronger, and faster as human beings. We're also getting more intelligent, right? When we was growing up, we didn't know nothing about a hyperbolic chamber. See, the first time I ever heard about this shit was when T.O. was doing it. You sleeping in the fucking cocoon, the shit looks stupid as hell. But when you really look at it, he's 50, 60, he's 50. I mean, I think T.O.'s probably about 40 something, almost 50 now.
Yeah.
And he looks like he can still go out there and play. That's because he kept his body in shape. Look at the difference between Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Michael Jordan smoked and drink damn near every day. Look at Larry Bird, the difference between Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson didn't even really practice, didn't take care of his body. Look at Allen Iverson and Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant took care of his body. He practiced. He did everything. Allen Iverson didn't. And look at how he looks now. You get what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about when we saying that we're evolving as a human being. So if you bring those safety down, you're actually asking for more concussions, more injuries, more problems, because now all everybody's going to do is just run downfield. And you're taking the hitting away from the game, because now you're going to complain about, okay, well, there's no point in having running backs because you can't run the ball because you got 8-9 people in the box the whole game.
In the box, exactly.
It just doesn't make sense, man. And people that say stuff like that, man, they're going to ruin the game. Just like how this kickoff shit, everybody thought, oh, this kickoff rules are going to help kickoff. And you see what the special team coaches are doing. They're kicking the ball out of the end zone, and they're saying, you're not going to put my team at a disadvantage by making one person miss and getting a 60-yard return.
Yep, exactly.
It's just ridiculous.
Because and I'm glad you said that, man, because this new kickoff rule is ridiculous. Like, literally, you can't run until they catch the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't run it unless you touch the ground.
Extra 10, 15 yards up than where you normally are. That new kickoff rule. And then you know what's crazy? It's not even working. Like you said, the coaches, they're kicking it out of bounds. They're kicking in the end zone. You know what I mean? And then you got this whole zone where you got to kick it in this green zone and shit. Like there's no more taking fair catches. You know what I mean? And they want to do that for more explosiveness on the kickoff, more touchdowns. But that's not working, because literally with this new procedure in play, these new rules for the kickoff, they're only averaging 5 more yards per return.
Yep. The average start from last year was the 30-yard line. The average start this year is the 31 to 32-yard line. So how big of a difference is it?
Exactly.
And the only reason why it's the 32-yard line now is because you had maybe 5 or 6 kicks that went for 40, 50 yards. Without that, we're still talking about your average being at the 30. I want, like the Bears-Texans game, how many returns did we see that whole primetime game? Like the Thursday night game that just happened just the other day, how many returns did we see? They're not returning the ball. it's pointless. You took it out of the game, and it's the people like Mel Kiper and Amina Kimes and these folks that never played football, and they're talking from this point of stat wise or health wise, and they really don't understand what it takes to be out on the field, man. And it's crazy. It's crazy, man. And God bless them for the job they got. They got the job, but man, this to say stuff like that, man, it's baffling, man. I don't understand it.
I bet you next season they're gonna bring back the regular kickoff because how much it's not working as of right now. Yeah, I don't know, man. Because like I like the kickoff we have. It's just better.
Yeah. I definitely agree.
And and I'm glad that it's not working, because I had a feeling if it did work, that college football would have done it. I really did. I really had a feeling that if this thing would have worked in NFL, that college football would have adopted it. And I think NFL saw the XFL and felt like, okay, this is a good thing because of the XFL, the way they do things. But we have to remember the XFL is it's like three downgrades from the NFL. We know you have the same. So in the NFL, you have all the top All-Americans playing at the NFL level. At the XFL level, you have the scout team players and the players that got kicked off the team playing in the XFL. You know what I'm saying? You got the JUCO guys playing at the XFL level. You don't have the elites of the elite. So you're gonna see more returns because they're not gonna play assignment like football like they're supposed to.
I definitely agree. Cody said, "I'm all for protecting the quarterback, but that's the O-line. That's what the O-line's for." Yo,
exactly.
Big. Hey, y'all want to add anything else before we end this and get ready for this day?
Bring football back to the way it used to be.
There we go. Make football great again. There we go.
Yeah, that's the slogan right there.
It's saying that, Jimmie, we are playing each other in fantasy football, so I don't want to hear from you until Tuesday because we are enemies after this episode is done. I'm looking at a whole fucking roster full of injuries.
Me too.
Like, I don't know what happened after week 1, but like everyone on my bench is fucking injured. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's saying that, like I said earlier, man, we have a bunch of events going on today, man. If people are free, y'all pull on up. Our very first event, we're going to be in Pearland, Texas. Man, for the Atomic Block Party for my guy. It's a birthday party for my guy on Alb Productions. We got my guy Jack the Ripper performing. We got T Phenomenon performing. We got Bobby Bless performing. You know what I mean? It is going down. We got A Real performing. You know what I mean? And then tonight we are at Club 4112. It is going down. You know we turning up when your boy's hosting. You know what I mean? It's the takeover. We got Blue Money Gang in the building, along with Jack the Ripper, Bobby Bless, T Phenomenon, K Rhymes is going down. Drew 5-2, A Real, man, it's going down for real, man. Y'all following up. Got Home Clark Kent. But in saying that, this your boy Reckless Talk with the Reckless Talk Podcast, Reckless Talk Sports Podcast, Reckless Talk Management and Promotions, A1 Music and Empire, 1836 Entertainment, Houston City Beat. We are the storytellers of Houston. Big shout out to our sponsors, Otto's Root Beer, the greatest root beer on earth, brewed in Huntsville, Texas by Brew Nation. Always support local, old school family recipe from the 1950s. Then, of course, we have J-Rack Distribution at LLC. And the greatest burgers on earth that goes really good with Otto's Root Beer, Smash Wagon, located in Beaumont, Texas. Congratulations to you guys. Open up your very first restaurant and winning Southeast Texas Best Burgers.
Smash Wagon.
It's saying that, no, we are out of here. Catch us next Saturday, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Reckless Talk Sports. We are out of here.